Hello and welcome! This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Prison Architect. I'm going to be starting a brand new series as I'm creating a new prison. You can see the sale price of the old prison here, which we are going to be using, so we have 300,000 in funds. And I think I'm going to switch some things up. So before I was just the base warden. This time I'm going to be J.W. Periwinkle, who gives my guard dogs a 50% chance of fully uncovering any tunnels they detect. So we're going to have less tunnels and people escaping. But to add some challenge, I think I'm going to add on gangs. So this is going to have maybe some gang violence in there to mix things up. And we're going to also make a bigger prison overall because we do have more starting funds. Let's go ahead and start the prison. All right, now that we have the prison loaded in, we start with the 300,000 plus about 30,000 it looks like. And one thing I'm going to want to do right away is turn our intake off. So let's go ahead and turn that to number per day and 0. Let's take a look at what we've got. So definitely a larger prison. And I don't know. I'm probably going to go with the same kind of basic outline that I did last time. So we're going to start with some grants here. So the first grant will take the basic detention center and the administrative center, which are two of the more basic ones. They're going to need a holding cell, showers, and things like that. Now, I want to hold off the hiring of personnel as long as I can, and I want to hold off the intake of prisoners even further than that. Let's first start with the construction here. So I'm thinking we start with a little bit further away this time than last time. Structure. I'm going to put it like about here. So I'm going to do a little bit smaller holding cell than I think I've done in the past. We'll do about that size. And then off of there, we're going to build another area. I'm just going to have to check it, though, to see its size. So I'm going to start with about that size, and we'll see, utility-wise, how that looks. So for the power station, okay, if we place this... All right, so the wall would be there. So we'd want this to be about here, I think. If the wall was along here. Actually, yeah, that would be fine. And then the pumping station, we would want... Okay, so maybe that's a little too long. So we can cut that back a little bit. Oh, actually, no. I think that's probably fine. Well, yeah, it is a little bit on the long side. All right, we'll cut that back a little bit. So it was 13. Let's cancel that. And we'll go to... That's probably sufficient right there. Okay. And for storage, I think last time I had a little bit too big of storage area, or bigger storage area than I needed. That's probably fine, just like that. And then we're going to need our doors, so let's start thinking about that. So first we need a large jail door. And we're going to put it... If this is the wall, I'm going to want it pretty close to the wall here. Now, I'm a little rusty with the game. It's been a while since I've played, and I've been playing RimWorld, so I might get confused with some of the controls here from time to time. I guess we'll place that there. And I want to put a staff door here, but this tree's in the way. I don't think it will let me place it. Oh, no, it let me place it. Okay. And then I'll put another staff door about here. And then off of that, we'll go ahead and let time run a little bit here, and I might hire a couple more workers, because I think we start with 8. We'll do 10. Oh, I didn't mean to hire 11. Whoops. Okay, that's all right. We'll just keep the 11th guy. All right, so planning-wise... Okay, so off of here, and we have to keep in mind the door's going to be here. We're going to want... It has to be... How big do the offices have to be? I'm going to have to check that here in a second. Rooms. Office. 4 by 4. Okay. So let's go back here. So this is just 3 by 3, which is not big enough. So we need to actually have it be one bigger than that, like that. And then we'll go ahead and delete these. All right, so that's as big as the office has to be right there. So with that in mind, I think what I'm going to do is build the office area. I'm reading that right? It was office 4 by 4? Yeah, okay. So that's the initial. Oh, and you know what? I'm going to want to do the foundation before they start. So I'm going to pause here just for a second. Because if I do the foundation once it's already built, they'll knock down walls and stuff. And I don't really want them to do that. So I'm thinking we do something like this. Is that 4 by 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, good. And this will be the office area. We'll just cut out these. Okay, so there's our office area. And we'll go ahead and grab a foundation. We're going to make this so it's pretty much indoors, unlike what we did before. So we'll do that, and we'll do this. Oh, it's not going to let me do that. I'm going to probably have to wait until the foundation. Well, you know what? We could make it a couple structures here and just leave that one area open air. I mean, that's not really what I would have preferred, but it'll be fine. We'll do that. And then we need objects, staff door, and we'll just put them like so. Okay. Oop, nope. Okay. Kind of misplaced that. I'm probably going to have to wait because I already bought it. There we go. Okay. And then we're just going to have to place walls where they need to go for the most part. I would have liked to have this area roofed, but unfortunately, I would have had to have waited to do that, and then we're going to have issues with walls. We're going to have issues with walls anyway because I'm putting foundations right on top of each other, but it'll be fine. We can even go up to the highest speed here. Alright, so as I thought, they didn't build a wall here. So we're going to have to finish that off. So, concrete wall on there, on there. I guess we can have them work while I do this. One there. And then we need the dividing wall here. There we go. And we also need a dividing wall here. I was going to place it there, but, you know, there's no reason to have a wall. There we go. Oh, and we need exports. So let me grab the rooms. And we need exports. And we'll just put it right next to the garbage. Just a little bit of space. Doesn't have to be big, so that's probably fine right there. Okay. Now let's get utilities. Hook up power. And I think we're going to grab some capacitors here. Like that. And then do another row there. And then we'll go power there. Power in there. Power here. And then power like that. And we'll have to see how the power goes. And then another thing I'd like is I'd like a large jail door. And I'd like to put that there. Because I don't want this to be an avenue of escape. So we're going to put a jail door there. Okay. And, alright, so we've got the holding cell area. Got the offices. I'll probably finish the offices first. Oh, we need more walls here. There and there. Okay. Now let's get to the room section. So we need 2 offices, and we need a warden and an accountant. Well, let's first start with the... we'll just do 2 offices for now. And office. There's not that many rooms here, so I should be able to find it. There it is. Okay. So we'll do these 2. And we need office desk, chair, filing cabinet. Okay. That shouldn't be too hard. So we'll do desk. I think that's the right way around. Yep. So we'll put it in the middle there. I guess I didn't need to necessarily get the other desk and things. And then we need a filing cabinet, which I will put in this corner. Okay. That should be good. Then we'll have the offices done, and then we'll hire ourselves our warden. You know what? It looks like it will let me hire him now. He just wouldn't have an office to work in, so there'd be no point. And it looks like the utilities didn't reach far enough, so we'll get that out a little bit more. So we have 1 office. Let's go ahead and hire the warden. And then let's go to bureaucracy. We need finance. And when that is done, we can get our accountant. Okay, so holding cell. Now, I might not build the shower into the holding cell. What I might do is just do like a little bathroom area that we might use for something else later. Like it could be a future laundry room or maybe even the janitor's closet that we use later. So I'm just going to put it like over here somewhere. So we'll just make this entirely a holding cell, unlike what I did last time. So we'll grab holding cell and just make this the holding cell. And then, as I said, we'll do a small room. Now, if we did have a cleaning closet, it'd have to be 3 by 3. Does the shower... Does not need to... Okay, good. So we can put the shower in there. And that would qualify. So just 3 by 3 is all we need. So, as far as that's concerned, let's grab the walls here. You just do it. I'm trying to think here. You know, we could put it in this corner, like I was saying, but then we don't know what the future for this area is going to be. And I don't want to make... Maybe we put it up here. And that would work okay, maybe? Yeah, okay. So, need 3 by 3. So that would be 3 by 3 there. Okay. I think that will work. The only problem is I think they'll knock out this wall building the foundation. So what I'll do, rather than do that, is I'll just build it like this. And they shouldn't knock out the wall if I do that. At least I don't think they will. We'll find out here in a second. Oh, and I need a door. We'll just do a normal door because, again, this might be the cleaning closet later. Okay. And we'll put combination shower and toilet in here. Okay, you need... Oh. I guess I'm wrong. Well, we'll make this the shower nonetheless. How about that? So... we need... room. I'm going to grab shower here. We'll make that the shower. And objects. We'll grab a drain here and place that there. We can uninstall that later if we need to. And then we'll do a toilet. And we'll do it like that. And then we need a bench. So. Okay. All right, let's do the utilities for this. So we do need power in that area. Okay, and then... pipes. I don't know if I really want the pipes going into an area that... I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming that large pipes would be kind of an escape risk. So what I'm going to do is just for the future... I'm going to do that. And then we have roughly an idea of where the shower and I believe the toilet... Where did I install that? Put it there. Okay, so we just... like that. Okay. I think that's good. And then we'll need shower head. And there. And then we'll have a shower. And honestly, this is just to meet the requirements of the grant anyway. Now, there's absolutely no cost to a yard, and we can always move it, so... Ooh, there's a yard. Oh, well... It's not going to be valid until we get a fence around here. Which we'll get soon. Okay. So, yard, kitchen, canteen. Okay, so now, I think it's time we do the basic fence. So, and then we do maybe the perimeter wall here if we ever built one. So it's just along like that. Yeah, okay. So with that in mind, not exactly sure how far to build it, though. We want the ability of 3 spaces in between, and then we'd have the wall. So we want to at least... Then I probably want a minimum of a few spaces away. So... And then that would be where the perimeter wall would be, and then we have 1, 2, 3. So that is the extent of the... where we want that. Okay. And I'll see the confines of that here in a second. And then here, I'm going to want an airlock, so I'm going to go out. And then that's where the perimeter wall is going to be. I might have to move the large... jail door when we get to that, but for now we'll just put it there. And then I'm also going to install fence along here, because the last time what we had an issue with is people coming through this back area to get in and out of the prison, which was a problem because it allowed prisoners to possibly escape. So I'm not going to allow that to happen again. Alright, so it's not letting me place because of the tree. Well, we'll place later. That's not a big deal. Okay. So let's go back to the fence here. Alright, so we have a fence. Go ahead and continue it here. Alright, and again, same kind of idea. So 1, 2, 3. There's a perimeter fence. 1, 2, 3. And then we've got that. And that's the extent of fence up here. Okay. And then come down here and figure out where we need to be. So 1, 2, 3, perimeter fence. 1, 2, 3, fence. And there's the extent of that. And we can just hook the two together. And we're good to go. There's our outer fence. That should make the yard legal once they have it all built. Alright, well. Now we need... Oh, we're still having problems with utilities down here. Guess we'll just do that. That should get it enough distance. Oh, and I do actually want to make this a storage room. I've kind of forgot about that. So, storage, storage, storage. Where are you? There you are. There we go. All right, why isn't this legal? Ah, okay. We still need a canteen and a kitchen. And again, the yard was kind of randomly placed. Now for this prison, because it's bigger, I may want to actually do more than one canteen. But for now, I think we'll put one main one in the central area. So let's get to the planning here. Now last time I made it fairly large, but I did a little bit of a, I don't know, maybe not efficient layout. It's kind of hard, though, with the tables, because I can't do planning and the placement of the tables like the way the game works. If I do this, and then I go to objects and grab a table. Oh, actually, I'm wrong. I think one thing I can do is I can figure out the size of a table and then try and remember that and then use that as my memory to... because the problem is, in planning, you have an object thing, but it's just generic. It's just a block. So it doesn't really necessarily help you plan unless you actually know the size of the object. So let's just figure out what the size of the object is. Let me go back to planning. That's the problem right there. It looks like it's about 4 big, if I were to guess. So let's just confirm here. I'm going to go roughly where I remember it being and draw a 4 long wall and see if I'm correct. Yes, so it's 4 long. All right, keeping that in mind, let's see how we can maximize the space for the canteen. So let's grab objects. Let's deselect that. We've already purchased it, but that's okay. All right, so we've got objects. All right, so what is the best placement? If we want to have things be kind of spaced out here, ideally, we would want something like that, and then maybe another row of tables here. And we also have to think about where the doors are going to be. Okay, so what I'd ideally want is a canteen. Because 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 space for the door. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That would be a set of tables. And then, of course, you have the benches on either side, like so. So it would be something like this, would be a table plus benches. So then we'd want another one here. Another one here. Another one here. And I have to start thinking about, like how many prisoners this is going to serve and things like that. Okay. And I think what I'd also like is I'd like a door somewhere in the middle. So how about I plan for a 2 space. Like that. So we're not obstructing the door. Because a real big problem is with prisoners, getting to and from places is where they can have conflict. So if you have a bunch of people sitting at a table and you have a door here and people are trying to get through the door and they're running into the table, I think that's where we could have violence, and I want to try and prevent that as much as possible. It could be that it would be a good idea to actually even space out the tables even more. Okay. So we could do something like this for the canteen. And then maybe even have another allowance for more tables. Because we want this to be a fairly large canteen. If it's going to serve the entire prison population, if it's not going to serve the entire prison population, this is probably overkill. But this right here I'm kind of thinking is a nice sized canteen. This would be a lot bigger than the canteen that we made last time. Something like that. So, with that in mind, how big of a area do we need for the canteen? And I also have to keep in mind that I'm going to have serving trays somewhere. So, right now, we would want about a, what was that again? A 24 by 28 room. But I have to keep in mind that there's a kitchen and I need the serving tables. So, if we had a kitchen with serving tables, let's say it was from here to here was the kitchen, and then we did something like maybe about that size. Now, the other thing I have to figure out, I believe that all of the different things that you'd put in a kitchen, the sink, the cooker, all of that, is going to be a 2-space item. So let's see. Cooker is a 2-space item. Sink would be the main thing I'd need to check because I'm pretty sure the fridges are the same size. That's a 3-size item. So keeping that in mind, how do we maximize that potential? So planning, we go to objects. So let's say we have a 3-wide sink. And we have our door here, let's say. And then we have maybe another sink here. Put a trash can there. Then we have 2 cooker. All right, so that's not quite efficient as far as size goes. We need it to be maybe 1 longer. But otherwise, I'd say this is probably the right size. So, with that in mind, let's see space-wise if this is efficient as well. It is. So, it gives them avenues to work, like so. So, we just need it to be 1 more long than it is because we've got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. But problem is the fridge is the sinks are kind of odd size. Alternatively, I could leave a pathway here, though, and be fine. So we would do cooker maybe. The main problem is this would be kind of out of whack a little bit. Unless we did a sink in every row, and I don't know if we need that many sinks, but then you do like maybe fridges. Okay, so it's probably going to be hard to maximize the potential here, but the main point is this is probably a good size. So, with that in mind, how big is this? This is a 11 by 12. So, I'm going to need to have the serving tables and trays and stuff. Actually, you know what I could do? Is put the wall here and have this be the serving table area, tray area. All right, with that in mind, though, we have to see how big the serving tables are because they're a little bit different in size, I believe. So if we flip it over here, it looks like they're 5. Okay, so with that in mind, let's go back to planning. Objects. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have a problem. So I need this to be a little bit bigger, maybe. Maybe we do something like this. And then we can fit in, let's see, objects. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? Now that I look at this, if I do this, I can do another set. Serving. Okay, that's actually perfect. Okay, so then we do the walls. Like so. Alright, that looks perfect right there. So we've got our serving tables. We've got a kitchen. Not sure how I'm going to do the doorway between the kitchen and the rest of the area, but That looks about good. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with this layout. Overall, I think we're ready for the canteen. Again, this is pretty big, canteen-wise. But I want to try it out. I want to try a very big central canteen. So, with that in mind, let's go ahead and construct it. We've got first foundation here, second foundation here, and we need all of the different doors. I want to make this a staff door for now, but we could always change that later. And then we need the large jail doors to be the other entrances. We need one here, and one there. And I think that's going to be a nice point to cut the video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. A lot of this has been planning and trying to figure out the prison and the placement of the different things that are in the prison. But in any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner signing out.